Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Darcy,
And I'm Ramari.
and this is Texas City Tales. On today's episode, we have Kenshara Cravens with Craving for a Change. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about your business?
Sure. So, Craving for a Change Foundation is a nonprofit here in the Texas City area. We're a youth development agency. Essentially, we work with all ages from like middle school age to high school, helping them to develop skills that they need to transition to adulthood.
Nice.
Where did the name Craving for a Change come from?
It was a tip off of my name, Cravens. I knew I wanted the organization to be something that was symbolic to change. So, kind of tipping off my last name, Cravens, Craving for a change.
Love it. Where did the logo come from? Because it's
Different.
yes, very, very unique.
Yeah, it's probably like the same concept. I think when you think of change, especially when you think of substantial change, you have to really change your mindset. So I wanted to have something with the brain in there. So the logo focuses on like a brain being ate. So I think that it was kind of like craving. You think of eating. The
Yes.
change is the brain,
Right.
and then the graduation hat is symbolic to growth. So that was kind of the concept
I
for
love
the
it.
logo.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
neat.
thank you. Thank
so, and this is random, but like if you are craving something, do you go salty or sweet?
Oh, I love desserts.
Same. Huge sweet tooth.
I'm a carb junkie for sure.
Yeah.
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 So, would you say that the reason you started this business was because maybe there was like a lack of the training resources or availability for training and jobs, and that's what inspired you to start your own business?
Absolutely. It was kind of a two-part thing. In 2017, I started a scholarship at Lamarck High School. That's my alumni, called the Cougar to Cougar. And the students that I would work with, it was just such a like deficit of things that they missed. Like we would have conversations. I'm like, okay, you are missing soft skills. So I was like, okay, I want to do something about this. So in 2019, I started the organization based off of like those interactions with those students, kind of just understanding and knowing from that environment, because I was raised in it, we lack resources on the west side of Texas City for sure. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So I did it. And yeah, that's what made me do it.
And now you're here.
I'm here.
So, what else do you offer? I heard you say soft skills, but you do other things.
Yes. So we have a contract currently with Lamarck High School, and we do SEL, which is social emotional learning. So
Okay.
it's basically 5 categories: social responsibility, self-awareness. It's these 5 categories, and basically you teach them about themselves with those categories and how to be aware of like your emotions, how to deal with them, etc. I'm a social worker by trade, so it's kind of all like connected to
Right.
my education. So we do that. We do SAT, ACT prep, college visits. I have a 6-week academy called the Youth Transition Academy, where we walk them through like how to find scholarships,
Right.
applying for college, just all type of things that you need to know
Yeah.
as you're transitioning. So those are some of the other things that we offer as well.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's really nice. That's cool. I'm sorry.
No, that was good. So with Craving for a Change, what is your ultimate goal?
Ooh, I would love to one day be in a school. Like during the school time, we're after school provider, but I would love to like have a class
Okay.
that we like do what we do, but like during the day, for sure, Texas City, Lamarck, and just like the whole Galveston County. That's what my goal is one day.
I love that.
How many
Thank you.
students do you have?
Oh, it ranges. I would say anywhere from 20 to 30.
Okay.
But it ranges.
How big is your staff?
So I just hired some people. At first it was just me. And then last year I brought on someone. So it was 2 of us. This year I brought on 3 more people. So now it's 5 of us in total.
That's good growth.
Yes, yes. It became too much for just me. And I had to like learn how to trust. That was like the biggest thing. Because I'm like, this is my baby. I don't want
Right.
like anybody coming in and
Right.
no. So I had to like really vet these people to make sure that they were aligned with the goals for the organization.
Yeah. You definitely want someone that also shares the same mission and heart for the work that you do. Because you're
Absolutely.
cultivating kids,
Yeah, for sure.
our future.
For
So,
sure.
Molding them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know you were helping our interns. So do you want to talk a little bit about that and
Sure.
your experience?
That was so fun. So we were the career counseling provider for the higher up interns. And so we met with them for 8 weeks. We did groups, and then we also did individuals with them. In our groups, some of the things we talked about is like work-life balance, conflict resolution, coping skills. We just kind of talked about all of those things that you really need as a young professional. So we did that in our groups, and then individuals were definitely more individualized to their needs. For some of them, they wanted help finding like specific trainings for their career interests. So we just kind of formulated their individuals to match them. But yeah, we worked with them for 8 weeks, and we're going to continue to follow them for 2 years. So we actually do our first follow-up this month. But it was a really good experience. I think the city did a great job at finding interns that were like really interested in, really changing and learning. So it was a really good group of kids. So I enjoyed it.
It was. We were lucky enough, our little department was lucky enough to get Deja. So she was our intern, and she was amazing.
Yes, of course. She's
And I
working on her
miss her.
master's degree.
I know. Yeah, she's the best one. So
Deja, if you're listening.
I know.
It was really cool witnessing, like you said, just a great group of kids that were all extremely motivated and changing their futures and really getting involved in this internship program. I wish that when I was their age, I had some of those same resources, especially
Right.
You guys did like mock interviews, and I think that is so important.
It really is.
Yeah, that was fun.
I bet it was, because so just recently I've been asked to sit on like the panel at 2 interview process with the city, and I never got to be like, to be a fly on the wall in those rooms. And practice could have really benefited a couple of the people that we interviewed. And it makes you wonder how how did I do? How did I interview? Because I just get kind of silly and, but had I had some training, maybe someone could have. My mom tried to practice with us, like especially those emotional behavioral questions. Those are the ones that trip everybody
Yes.
up. And they're good, but dang, they're hard to answer.
On some of the interview panels that I sat on, dress code and
Oh
the
my
way that
God.
people just
Yes.
presented themselves was such a
A letdown.
a part of me felt like, well, maybe because I was raised by the parents that I had, like my values or something might be a little bit different, but every single person was just extremely underdressed for a 6-figure job. I'm like, maybe my expectations are too high, or
Do you
I
have
don't
any
know.
kickback from the students when you tell them like, hey, this is a dress code that, you should be aiming for? And are they like, why?
So not from the students. I'm just laughing in my head because that was one of the conversations I had with my staff, actually.
Okay.
And so we're thinking of adults, right?
right.
And I had one staff member in particular who would like come to, even though these were more casual events, I still think when you're representing a business, you still have to have like a certain like boundary when it comes to clothes. Like you're coming literally with
As
like a t-shirt.
representation.
Right.
Like with a t-shirt on, I'm like, you're coming to work. Like
Yeah.
even though it's a casual environment. So I've had some kickback from my staff, and I wonder too, Ramore, like what you said, like is it just because like how my parents raised me? But not from the students, because I think that they were really engaged in like learning. So and then some of them, honestly, they would come here on Wednesdays like in their best dress. So I didn't have any any kickback from them, but from my staff, we have to have a few conversations.
Yes. That's good to hear, because I feel like some people are like, oh, well, kids these days. No, they're willing
Yes.
to change. They want to learn. They want to grow. They want to do what they need to do. Like, give them a chance.
I think it's just like with any population. Like you're gonna find people in our age group and older who are going against what the norm is. Like I think that's inevitable to me.
Right.
But
So something else cool that I learned about you, you wrote a book.
yeah.
Can you
What?
tell us about that?
Yeah, so I released a book last year. It's called Quick Guide to Navigating the Healthcare System. So I'm a medical social worker by trade, and I worked in like hospitals, home health, hospice, all those medical agencies. And a lot of things that I saw in there was that a lot of people, if you were not in the system, you didn't get the information or the resources that you should have. So I wrote a book that basically talks about like Medicare, Medicaid, the services that are provided, how to go about asking for those services, questions to ask your doctor. I just wanted to provide a resource so that people in the community can be more educated on their health care, because like I said, if you're not in the system, as you guys know, it's like certain things that you're not told.
Yeah. You don't know what you don't know.
Exactly. So yeah, I wrote that last year. I think I released it in April last year. So yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
You are busy.
I know.
What do you do in your downtime?
I like to travel.
Okay.
My last big trip I did, me and my cousin, we did a Europe tour.
Nice.
So we went to
Somebody
London.
just got back from Europe
Did you
at this
really?
table, and
Yes,
it
I
wasn't
did.
me.
With my cousin and like
That's
my
funny.
grandma and stuff too. But that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm like, I want to go again. It wasn't long enough. Like for
Right.
the flight, like I need to be here a little longer.
Yeah,
Right.
that is a long flight.
It is.
Yeah.
So what cities?
So we went to, we started in London, then we went to Paris, we went to Switzerland, we went to Belgium. I'm missing 2 places because it was 6. I can't remember. Germany. I'm missing one of them.
Man, that's almost like
Well, we only
the
did
same trip.
Paris and London, and it was like an 8-day trip, and I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Did you use like a company?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We did too. And we had to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and get on the bus to
Yes.
bus to our next country. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Every single day, I was waking up earlier for those things than I do.
Yes,
For
for
work.
life. For life.
Yeah.
I got to go to Europe in high school, but we didn't get to go to any of the cool places that y'all did. We got to go to Rome, we got to go to Italy and Greece and all that. So it was a good time. But and it
Those are
was
so cool.
it was scheduled through some kind of company, and you do have to get up.
I was like, oh my
Crazy
God. And you can't
early.
get comfortable on the bus.
No.
It was just like an
No.
experience in itself.
Right. So,
Jealous.
what gives you the motivation to keep going?
Ooh, I just think about what I knew I lacked as a young adult or even a youth.
Right.
And I want to be that person that's able to provide something to our youth to say, you know what, I work with these kids and they were able to at least get this that they wouldn't have normally been able to get. So knowing that like I'm really interested in change, that's what motivates me. Like I have one that I worked with in 2017. She's graduating this year. And like those are like stories that I love hearing, like the stories. So yeah, things like that is what motivates me. Like actually being able to really see the change and be a part of the change.
Do you only work with Texas City ISD students, or?
So, up until this year, yes. So, we have some like new crazy things going on. So, we're going to be going to Atwater, the detention
Okay.
center.
Okay.
We're also going to be going to Coastal Alternative School, which is a Santa Fe ISD alternative school, but it's the county alternative school.
Okay.
Never heard of it until this
Yeah,
year.
no, me neither.
And then also we're gonna COM is allowing us, thank you COM, the
Nice.
opportunity to use one of their rooms once a week, and we're gonna essentially do what we do with the high school students for the community. So even if you're not in the school or at Water or any of those places, you can still come and learn some of the things that we're doing. So it's gonna be open to the community starting in September as well.
And where can people find information about your business?
Sure. You can find it on our website, cravingforachangefoundation.com. Also, Facebook, Craving for a Change Foundation, as well as our Instagram. And then when you get on our website, you can sign up for newsletters. We send out newsletters every month with all of our fun stuff going on. So if you subscribe, you'll also get that information in your email.
Wonderful. Man, you are busy.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I have to get some people to help me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a good problem.
Well, thank you for being the change that we want to see in our community and being, hands-on and head forward. It's definitely noticed and appreciated.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for coming today. Thank you to Ms. Kenshara Cravens with Craving for a Change for being our special guest on today's episode. If there is a small business, an organization, or a person that's doing amazing work in Texas City that you would like to have on the podcast, please drop them in the comments below. You can catch Texas City Tales every Wednesday on the Texas City Facebook page, website, and anywhere podcasts are streamed. Thank you.